Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Ara Ara the We podcast. And today it's gonna be me and Vivz. And we actually watched the Jujutsu Kaisen Zero movie that came out very, very recently. And it was just so awesome that we had to make an episode about it. So basically, it's a bonus episode where we'll be discussing the movie.
Just to give you guys a warning, it's not gonna be a spoiler-free review. So
Yes.
we will be talking about major points in the movie. So if you haven't seen the movie, you know, you might want to skip this episode out for now.
Yep. And before you guys get through the whole episode, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming episodes and to follow us on our socials at Ara Ara Podcast. Here in the UAE, where me and Vivs are currently located, it was released just last May 19. But in
Mhm.
Japan, the release was December 24th of last year, we believe. So, I mean,
Yeah, it's always the late. I mean, Japan will always have obviously the first
of
release, and
course, yeah.
worldwide release will be like maybe you're lucky if it's within 3 months.
Yeah. Which is so it's pretty early that we actually got to see
Yeah.
it because the Mugen Train took a while to get here.
Yeah.
Didn't it?
But
Yeah.
remember, it was a pandemic season as
Oh
well.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
that's
I mean,
true.
we're still in pandemic, but still, like, it was the peak
Mm,
time, I guess, like around 2020, 2021.
yeah.
That's why there's like a 6 months or more than 6 months. I think 8 months delay
Yeah.
before it was released here. And yeah. And I think in the Philippines it will be released, I think, next month
Oh,
or 2
okay.
months from now. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I just saw a teaser from SM Cinema
Mm,
of the poster of the
yeah.
movie. It's just actually like just the zero, and people
Interesting.
already
Yeah, of
know
course they
what it
know,
was about,
yeah.
obviously. So yeah, but let's tell our audience what was exactly the movie about.
So basically, Jujutsu Kaisen Zero is a prequel of the Jujutsu Kaisen Season 1 series. So for Vivs and I, we've actually only just watched the anime. We haven't seen the manga
Hmm.
for it. So getting into Jujutsu Kaisen Zero was it was very interesting to know that it was a prequel to the season.
Hmm.
And
I actually didn't know it was a prequel.
yeah, to be
Like,
honest, like
okay.
I didn't watch the trailer even. Did you get to see the
Me
trailer?
too.
Yeah. I didn't know what
No.
I was getting into. It's just that
I just I think I was the one who told you that, hey, Jujutsu Kaisen is gonna be released in the cinema soon, and you're like, really?
yeah, no, I
And I'm
didn't
like,
even know there was
yeah.
a movie. It's like, oh wow, like didn't season 1 just happen? There's a movie. Interesting. Okay. See, like that's the zero knowledge I had. Like that's my Jujutsu
Literally
Kaisen zero, like
zero.
the knowledge that I had. So, but yeah, so basically it follows the story of Yuta Okatsu. If you watched the Jujutsu Kaisen series, you would have heard his name mentioned a couple of times in
Yeah.
passing. Like it's very brief moments, so you just have to like if you
You
like
just know that there's someone overseas. One of their
yeah,
classmates was
exactly.
mentioned
And
that was overseas, and I think there was one episode that I forgot who's that guy, Todo,
yeah,
the one with the
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 mouth,
buff
yeah.
guy. Yeah, that he was looking for Okotsu because they were saying that from last
Last
year's
year's
school
yeah, they
festival
weren't
there was
there.
someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was there last year and he beat the shit out of everyone.
Yeah.
So they were looking forward for the revenge on the upcoming year, but again he was overseas. So something like that.
Yeah.
So
And
I
and he
I don't have any
mentions
idea what he was
yeah, like and Todo mentions
capable of.
in that
Mm.
I know the episode you're talking about, he sort of mentions like,
Yeah, yeah.
oh, that was when he still had Riku or something like that. So it's like, okay, like it just something like totally in passing. So it does follow his story and you get to see who Riku is and what they were talking about.
Rika.
Rika, sorry. Rika. so so yeah, and like who she is and what they were talking about exactly. So yeah, he's also a high schooler, of course, who gains control of an extremely powerful cursed spirit, which was Rika. And of course, Gojo Satoru being the kind of person he
Gojo.
yeah, basically just being Gojo, he enrolls him into the school because why not? So it's like he's powerful. Let's do it. So like he could put all our lives at risk. Let's do it. Like
Okay. And to be fair, Yuta doesn't even know what kind of school he will be transferred to.
yeah.
He was just like, where the hell am
He's like
I?
he only literally found out the school he was in when he was inside the class. And everyone was
Yeah.
like, you're only telling him this
Attacking
now?
him. No, because everyone attacked him
Yeah,
when
that's
he
true.
entered, right? Because the classmates, I think they felt the hostility or the cursed energy that is coming out of him
Hmm.
unconsciously. That's why their guard was instantly up,
Yeah.
and he didn't even know that he has that cursed energy. I think,
Mm,
or it wasn't really explained yet. He just knows that he has, or but he doesn't know the extent of the power
exactly.
of the cursed
Yeah.
energy. So yeah.
What did you think of the film though, Vivs?
Um, if we are rating it in a sense that if it's good or bad, I mean, I would say it's good, but there are things that I want to discuss, or there are points that I think needs improvement
Really?
in a sense. How about you? How did you find the
For
movie?
me, I personally liked it. Like it was a
Mm-hmm.
good movie. Like I feel like even if you knew nothing about Jujutsu Kaisen because it is a prequel, like anyone could literally just go in, watch it, and enjoy it. And I mean, I did watch Jujutsu Kaisen, but it's something that
Mm-hmm.
would be enjoyable. And I think like I actually prefer it way better than Mugen Train.
Really?
Yeah, I like it so much better.
I think it's because the Mugen Train movie was in the middle of the series, which, if you didn't know the backstory of how things were, you might get confused. Unlike for Jujutsu Kaisen Zero, where it's a prequel, it's
Yeah.
the start of the world building of Jujutsu Kaisen in a sense. But I don't know, maybe I'm biased. I just like Mugen Train more. So yeah, and but see, the thing is with me, I like the movie too. It's just that I felt like it would have been better if it was an OVA or a special with maybe like, I don't know, 5 episodes maybe, or 7 episodes. Although from what I've read, I haven't read the manga
Mm,
of Jujutsu Kaisen Zero. I don't know the source material. I just know based on fans' comments that it's like, I don't know, 4 chapters. Correct me
okay.
if I'm wrong. I have no idea, or 4 volumes or something, which is very short, and it was released before the main
Yeah.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah.
So definitely the world, or it's not yet that well built in the manga, I would say,
Mm,
compared to how more intricate it is in the anime, which I just want to discuss the movie in a perspective of someone who is not familiar with the anime, because I just want this to be, a casual viewer friendly
yeah.
review, instead of us fleshing out everyone in the Jujutsu Kaisen world and explaining everything, when in fact, as you have said, it's what do you call this, a beginner friendly
Yeah.
movie, or it's a good starting point,
It
I would say.
is. Like even if you saw it before, I mean that's the point of a prequel, right? Like even if you saw it before watching the anime, then it would still make sense. But no, like and for me, like the reason why I liked it was like okay, like it's sort of like what you said, like with Mugen Train, it was in the middle and like you have to really know the backstory. Unlike but then like aside from that though, I felt like even if this was just a movie, there's this attachment to the characters even if they're still
Oh,
introduced. Like I feel like even if I didn't watch Jujutsu Kaisen and I went into the movie, and I just saw these characters now, I would feel this attachment to them just because they were fleshed out really, really well. Unlike
Mhm.
like in Mugen Train.
Excuse me, so you didn't see anyone crying for Mugen Train, even though they're new
No,
or they haven't watched the anime?
I didn't even cry.
You didn't see. Because that's you, Amy. That's you. You are out of the
No,
equation.
no, I
Okay.
watched with a friend as well
Mhm.
who didn't cry. I did go with this other friend. I did go to see Mugen Train with this friend of ours who didn't watch the anime at all. She just kind of tagged
Mhm.
along with us. She did cry, but she cries over Frozen, so it's not a valid.
Excuse me. She cries over anything. Oh, poor. Something like that. So yeah. I mean, it makes sense, but for me, I also easily cry in
Mm.
movies. I will get to that part later
Mm.
because I really wanted to point something out. But aside from that, what else made it enjoyable for you?
I think aside from getting like the attachment from the characters, I feel like the story was really fleshed out. It was like I don't know, the storytelling was really good, and also Mappa's way of doing animation was like really good. I mean, as we saw like
Yeah.
in Attack on Titan, I don't know if you've seen like the final
Mm.
season of Attack on
Yes,
Titan.
I've. Oh my god, I've
Yeah.
caught up to the final season, girl.
The
Finally.
final season of Attack,
Yeah,
the
the part
final
two.
the final season.
Final.
So
But yeah,
it's like when Wit transferred to Mappa. I mean, like the way they animated the whole rumbling, like already like I knew getting into this movie when I saw Mappa like on the screen. I was like,
yeah.
yeah, I know this, like the
Okay.
animation was gonna be good. So yeah, that's also one of the reasons I liked it.
I mean, if you see Mappa at this point, you already know that
Yeah.
this is the quality of animation that you're getting, right? So there's no question there. And I don't want to go into technicalities
Yeah.
because it's already Mappa.
Yeah, yeah,
What
that's
else do
true.
you guys want? What more do you want? Right? So what else? Anything else you like aside from that? Or
That's
anything you want to add?
no, that's just basically it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And now let's move on to the points that you feel needs improvement or things that you didn't really like. Because I have a lot. I listed a lot.
What I didn't like? I'm trying to think. Like honestly, no, I can't say like. I mean, as an anime where you're just watching a shonen and like the story was there, like for me it was fine. Like I
Mhm.
didn't really like
Okay. Let
maybe
me start with my
yeah.
list.
Go for
No,
it.
okay. So one thing that I feel like I mean I really like the cameos in the movie.
Oh
Like
yeah.
seeing Nanami and then the other characters, the Kyoto students.
Mm.
Um I really like their exposure in the movie, even though it was brief, but it's fine because it's just a cameo. But for a normal movie goer, they wouldn't understand who are these people. Why are they like clapping and like so excited? When you see someone that you know. So, but that's not what it really felt lacking to me. Although yes, the characters were fleshed out like Rika, Yuta, and Gojo Satoru, obviously. But I felt like they could have done something better for the fight scenes. It feels like if you're watching a regular shonen anime, from 100% they cut down the fight scenes to 20%.
Mm. But also
Like
it's a
I feel
movie.
like yeah. I know. That's why I said it could have been better if it was an OVA
Mm.
or like maybe a 7 episode series or maybe 12. Because I feel like the battle of the 100 demons or 100 curses, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know what they call it, but that battle could have been one episode on its own. Like Nanami fighting the
Mm.
curses, and then another episode for Maki fighting Geto. So one thing that we didn't mention was who was the main antagonist, or what is Yuta's story is gonna be about. So it's about him having this curse, which is Rika, and he enrolled into Jujutsu Kaisen or Jujutsu High so that he can control Rika. But the thing is, um, she was regarded, or she was classified as a special grade curse. And he was also classified as a special grade sorcerer, which for
Yeah.
me, when he was introduced in that way, maybe because I don't have any idea of who he is, it felt like, okay, so what's so special about him? It felt like he is the typical what do you call this, typical protagonist of a shonen anime,
Mm.
compared to Itadori Yuji, the protagonist of Jujutsu Kaisen, right? He is more of the, what do you call this, the shy type
Yeah.
kind of protagonist, the mainstream one version, I would say. Right? Because every shonen anime protagonist is almost like that. So yeah, and that's why I didn't feel interested at first. Actually, I got confused. I thought he was Megumi. When the first few frames, I was like, what is Megumi doing here? Why is he crying? And they're like, oh, it's not Megumi. Okay. Yeah, so that's one. And then I think I felt like Rika Chan's power is a bit overrated, maybe because it wasn't fleshed out well for me. Because we only saw her in battle, like she only came out once
Mm.
on the first fight, which was the school fight, right?
Yeah.
And then second time was when he, correct me if I'm wrong, I think the second time was when he was with Inumaki,
Yeah. Mm.
right? Where Geto first saw him.
Yeah.
I mean, not physically, but where Geto sent a grade one, what do you call this, curse. So see those two instances of Rika coming out, or Rika fighting, that could have been a one episode of an anime. Like I feel like they could have
Established her powers.
established established her powers more, because at the end, or almost the end of the movie, Rika was called Queen of Curses, and I'm like, how can she be the queen? How powerful is she? I've only seen her in battle twice.
Mm.
Like if I've seen the build up of her character, or how powerful she really is, I wouldn't feel that the last battle with Geto will be like, I don't know, it was too fast for me, I would say. Like the build up of the whole movie is like a roller coaster, like going up and then down, up and then down.
Mm.
So it feels like cut into chapters. It's not like one linear which how a movie should be, or I don't know, like that's how I think it should be. How about you?
No, for me, okay, because like first, like you mentioned the cameos, like even
Mm-hmm.
if they were just cameos, for me, I actually appreciated that because
Mm-hmm.
for me, it sort of like this was written before the Jujutsu Kaisen series.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it made me realize that the creator already like given that it was just like a one shot manga. Like it wasn't like he didn't know where it was gonna go, but he already had this entire world prepared in his
uh
mind. So even if
Actually, some of the characters in the movie were not even originally in the manga.
oh
They were just
really?
added for the movie. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
That's why I said the manga, based on the comments that I saw, was really lacking in the world building sense.
I see.
Because it was just a one shot manga. So, I mean, again, correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't read the manga, but that's just what I saw online. That it wasn't really, what do you call this? Solid. And they didn't even know how to explain the curses very well in the manga. So it was good that the series, I guess, already came out, or the manga of the Jujutsu Kaisen already came out. so that they can have this more solid prequel, I would say. Sorry to cut you off. And then you
And
were saying,
oh no, because that's what I thought. I thought that because of all the cameos and stuff like that, because
mm-hmm,
I also didn't search anything. So like
mm-hmm.
I thought that because they were seen on the anime, and usually like when it comes to anime, they're very, they stay true to the manga. So I thought like those
uh,
cameos were like in the manga itself, so he already had like the whole idea of like, okay, even if like this, like in just in case it might be bigger,
happen.
yeah, it
Uh-huh.
might happen, that he already kind of knows where things are gonna go and where it's gonna end. Like he knows where it's gonna start branching out and stuff. So that's like how I thought,
Pictured it.
yeah, when I
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
saw the cameos. And then for Rika's powers, I feel like, I think that's why the movie is sort of a setup, because there's like the post and credit scene, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I feel like the movie was just a setup for you to actually see Rika's powers in play for season 2. It's just for you to like know that this is how powerful she is. And we see that in the fight scene with Gato, like he brings out 1,400 whatever
No,
number of,
400, 4,000,
oh,
4,000, yeah, 4,000
4,100
something
number of curses, plus um
special
his
curse.
own special curse, and then just one blow up, and then like Rika's like killed them all. But we see Gato like
Mm-hmm,
still alive at, like in the series obviously, but like
mm-hmm.
it's enough for me to
That's why
know.
he has stitches on
Yeah.
his face now. Right? Because something exploded.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you're right that it was a setup for season two. I think he will be in season two, or maybe, I don't know, latter part of the season, or maybe season three if there will be a season three.
Yeah.
So yeah, it makes sense. But for me, I just wanted more screen time with Rika, with
Mm.
how powerful she really is. Because at the end of the movie, Rika is gone.
Oh yeah, that's true. But then I also feel like it's not really to emphasize on Rika, it's to emphasize on
Yuta's power.
Yuta's power, that
Yeah.
it's not really a curse, it's him.
Yeah.
Like he
Because
can
that's
make
what he
curses
thought
that,
at
yeah.
first. Because he thought Rika. No, no, no. I mean, people around him thought it's
Rika,
Rika,
yeah,
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
the cursed energies power, really. But in reality, when they dug deeper into Yuta's history, they realized that he came from a very powerful clan of sorcerers, which is like a distant relative of Gojo Satoru. And they even mentioned that there are only four special grade sorcerers in their world, which is Gojo, Geto, Yuta, and there's
One
one more that
person,
hasn't been
yeah.
mentioned. Yeah, one person. So I was trying to think like, how powerful can he really be?
Mm.
Because if he will be, I don't know, like they keep throwing the special curse, special grade word around that it feels like everyone is special
It's like,
at
oh,
this point,
like show me this, show me what's so special about special grade. Basically, that's what you wanted to
right?
see.
Because in I mean, I know that I mentioned earlier that this is coming from a point of view of someone who would, let's say, didn't watch the anime series. But if we include Itadori's power, Sukuna's power, you would know that he's the most powerful of all curses, just because of how they built his background story,
Mm.
right? So I was thinking like, if she's the queen of curses, then why did she just die in one fight? So I mean, I want to know if, in the sense that he will show up in season two, end of season two, if he still has Rika, or maybe a remnant of Rika, but his curse energy is still there,
Mm.
or I don't know, because I haven't really read the manga of Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah. No, I
So
think,
yeah.
yeah. I think it's just like the movie was just to say that this kid had an apparition that they thought was special grade, but really it's just his own energy that is. And you just have to see it in action. I think it's also like a call for newer fans, like if they haven't seen the first season of the anime, they've just seen the movie.
Mm, mhm,
It's sort of a tease as well. They're not giving away too much, but at the same time
mhm,
enough for you to watch season 2 or maybe the season 1 of the anime.
mhm. I feel like there's a part. Okay, so I mentioned that the fight scenes I felt like they were all cut,
Mm.
right, to maybe 20%. Another thing is just like a regular or a classic shonen anime. I want to see the training part. Like, how did he figure out to wield the sword in one go? Because from zero knowledge to at the end of the movie that he already knows how to
Ah.
imbue the energy of Rika. Like, bro, there should have been a training somewhere here in this
Yeah,
movie.
that's true. They just want
Where is
like,
it?
oh, he's been training for 3 months. It's like, oh.
Okay, this is not shonen anime. Where is the
Mm,
training? So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I just felt like it's missing in that sense.
mm.
It's very corny, I know, on that part, but it's the formula of shonen anime. The training, the multiple fights that he is almost gonna die at first, right? So yeah, and then what else? Did you feel sad when Rika died? I
um,
mean, well, technically she died because of a car accident.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
how the kid Rika died. And then because of Yuta's powers, she became a cursed energy
yeah.
and she possessed um Yuta. But after the fight with Geto, where he unleashed these thousands of demons or thousands of curses just to be able to steal the power of Yuta, which is Rika, after the major quote unquote fight, Rika went to heaven. So did you feel sad? Did you cry on that scene?
No, I mean, again, we're talking about me, right? But but it's also like
Very nonsense. No.
no, because I
Girl,
feel.
you cried in Kotaro episodes,
Oh
okay?
yeah, that's true, but that's different. Anyway, but like. Like that's different because it's like close to real life and abuse and like but I can't cry in a shonen. Like I don't think I did. I cry. Oh, I cried when Kakashi died.
Naruto.
Yeah, I cried when
Mm.
Kakashi. No, I didn't even cry when Kakashi died. I was just angry, like very. I had like a
And you
tear.
skipped it for
Yeah,
one
for
week.
like, or 2 weeks or something. Yeah, but yeah. No, I also no. The reason why I couldn't get attached to it. I mean, I understand the bond and the love that they have for each other. Um, but it's sort of like at the back of my mind throughout the movie is that she's not a person, like she's an energy, she's just an apparition. So it's not like she was like in a humanoid form for you to appreciate the love story.
Actually.
So I couldn't get into their feelings. Like I could just like, oh yeah, okay, he feels very strongly for the
Mhm.
memory of her, but not necessarily her now. And then when she became a person, she was a child, and like we know that like Yuta is a
He's already.
teenager, so like it would be weird to like ship them at that point. So like of course, like for me it was like
Yeah, actually, it was a bit awkward for me because I don't know, like the dynamic that was shown
yeah.
was he was in love with his childhood friend, which was sweet.
Mm,
It's just that, um, okay, that's weird.
yeah.
And then one thing was the kissing scene that I thought was removed here because when I saw the comments on TikTok, because I was browsing and I saw that one TikToker was complaining about it, and I'm like, where's the kissing scene? Did they kiss while Rika was in the human form while she was a child? I'm like, what? 'Cause I didn't count the kissing scene where he kissed the Rika's cursed version.
Yeah,
But yeah, he did
he
actually. I'm
did.
like,
But
eh,
yeah.
It didn't click
I don't know, maybe you
to
need like a
me.
sort of fetish to get into that.
What kind of fetish is that, Amy? I don't want to know. So yeah, that's why I couldn't cry when she died. Technically, I was like almost sad, but mm, not quite right, I guess. And then the kissing scene was just a bit weird. Actually, it didn't register in my mind. That's
Mm.
why I didn't consider it as a kiss scene. I remember I messaged you earlier, like, "Hey Amy, did you know that they deleted a kiss scene in the movie?" And you're like, "What? Which part? Which part?" So I'm like, "Wait, let me find it." So when I saw it again on TikTok, I'm like,
Oh, that
"This was
was.
the kissing scene."
Why is everyone going like, ooh, kissing scene?
I'm like, bro, is this the kissing scene that you guys were talking about? Like, really? So yeah, that's those are the things that I wanted to discuss. What else? Yeah, I think I mentioned that she died, or Rika died easily in that fight with Ghetto. Yeah.
I mean,
How about you? Anything
she
else?
was up against like a million, like 4,000,
1,000. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like, so like,
Oh, just
of course,
maybe I just wanted more screen time with
maybe,
them
maybe. I
fighting.
understand because, like, I understand your point of view because it's a shonen and you're expecting to see all the action and the fighting, and it was literally just a story. So, like,
And not even that. Like, see, for example, I wasn't even satisfied with Geto's fight with Yuta. It was just like maybe 5 minutes,
yeah.
right? He was just getting beaten up by Geto for like straight 3 minutes, and then he was just like, okay, I need to activate Rika's power. Bro, where did that came from? Where's the instant flashback of your life while you're getting hit? Like, as how
For me,
short
I
an
actually
anime can
appreciated how
be.
fast that was.
I don't know, man. I just got so. I mean, I've watched a lot of shonen anime at this point where I'm expecting, where's the flashbacks? So yeah, kidding aside, what else? Yeah, I just felt like the fight scenes were short.
Mm.
Anything else that you want to add?
No, that's basically it, really.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
looking forward to the season 2.
Yeah,
Actually,
I am looking forward to season 2, and yeah, and again, like, I feel like, I mean, we're gonna, like, we don't agree on this, but yeah, for me, I feel like it delivered more of being a story to me than Mugen Train did last year, early this year. I don't know. Yeah.
I'm still Mugen Train fan though, but considering
So,
Goku is like.
like,
And see, another thing that I wanted to mention was the okay. So in Mugen Train, what made me cry was the songs, especially when you hear Lisa at the end, like singing Homura, like the piano. Oh my god, I'm getting goosebumps. See, like the piano, and then just the credits rolling up the screen. You will really cry. You will feel the emotion while she was singing. But in Jujutsu Kaisen, there's like not even, see, in the anime version of Jujutsu Kaisen, the soundtrack on fight scenes were really good. Like you will be really bopping your head while they are killing cursed energies. But in the movie, it's like, nah, okay. I was even more excited when Nanami came out. I was like literally, yes, Nanami. And then he just only like cut one enemy and like, bam, next scene.
yeah.
Like, bro, I want to see the movie fight. I want to see the black flash that he was saying to Itadori in the anime. But yeah, I keep on saying the anime, right? I just said that we were gonna talk about the movie. Okay, anyway, I'll just shut up now.
Yeah, no, like, I guess people just have to comment below. Is it Team Mugen Train or Team Jujutsu Kaisen Zero? I'm sorry if I didn't make any valid points. I did not research anything before this. I was not
No, but
prepared.
oh, see, imagine this. Imagine this. When Mugen Train was released, it was a movie, right?
Yeah.
But when they released the second season of Demon Slayer, they still had to make the Mugen Train into an anime series. They made it into like I think 7 episodes. They had to cut it into seven
Okay.
episodes before the season 2. So see, they even felt that maybe there was bonus content. I think it's the episode 1
Mm.
of the season 2 where what do you call this? Rengoku was introduced better than the movie. Like you will see his background story like before he was sitting in the train. Because in the movie he will just be like sitting in the train, eating and shouting umai the whole time.
Mm.
So yeah. So yeah, just like Amy said, just comment below if you think this is Team Mugen Train or Team Jujutsu Kaisen.
0.
Mugen Train. Mugen.
So, I think that's basically it for this episode. Yeah, I mean, no anime recommendations for this episode because it's
Yeah.
literally just about
Just a
Jujutsu
bonus.
Kaisen
A
0. We
bonus.
needed to talk
Yeah.
about it. So, yeah, thank you so much, guys, for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. You can follow me as well at Hasta La Vista Amy. And for Vivz, do you have anything to plug?
Yeah, so just follow me on my Instagram and Twitch at Vivz Black Mage. Yeah, and follow us on our socials at Ara Ara Podcast. And check out our previous podcast episodes.
Yeah, of course.
On both Spotify and Apple Podcast, and obviously here on YouTube as well. So yeah.
All right, so I guess that's it for this episode. Thank you so much again for watching and listening to us. Okay, until next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.